Hi Piyush, how you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. Okay, so we're just having another look at this layer slider. I think I'm going to devote today to trying to get the things we want. So as we can see at the moment, as I scroll down, it's about a centimeter or so before I get to these options. And of course, these options are still not showing the correct thumbnail. What we're looking for is a few things, and I suggest you do them in order of priority. The first thing we need to do is we want to try and move this here to the right hand side, similar to Sotheby's. Theirs is in the right hand side. That leaves room for that down arrow. If we have these in the middle, we can't put the down arrow there. Okay, so that's those moved to the right hand side and the thumbnails fixed. Okay, next we want to try and get the down arrow. So when one clicks the down arrow, it takes us down. And then what we need to do is either you get the what you were working on, which was the full screen functionality, i.e. ours is not quite full screen. And if we look, even if I move it to the equivalent, we see it's quite a way off full screen here. That's 1, 2, we're cutting off all of those chairs at the bottom. Okay, so, well, look, on virginlimitededition.com, we can see they have the full screen, and they have this tab which we spoke about. I like this tab because it really does focus people on the idea that there's more below. And obviously when they click it, it goes straight down. If we can get this, it would be great. It does not necessarily have to land on this bottom part. You could have it just here, but going up a bit higher. But that's really that's not the desired way to do things. What we want is this code that tells this layer slider that it ends at the bottom of the screen. And we can see it used here in Virgin Limited Edition. We can see it here used in the standard layer slider. Albeit it's a little bit buggy in this one, and yeah, you click it and you're going down the page. We really, from that home page, we want to get them to start interacting, be it going to one of our top destinations, that's an option, be it clicking on one of the villas, or be it clicking this down arrow. And this down arrow is so popular now that people are used to it. Okay, so as I said, we can see it on virginlimitededition.com. We can see it on our own website. And note that even though we've got this little bar at the top, it's still stopping at the bottom of the screen. So there's obviously some code that works out what the size of the screen is and says the bottom ends here, and it will chop off the picture at the bottom, I expect. It's not going to resize it up and down. I think they just chop off the picture at the bottom. Here's another example, Sotheby's Realty. You can see the URL. I've made it full screen. And again, we have arrow at the bottom, click the arrow, goes down the page. This one is interesting because the content comes up over the picture and then beyond. I kind of like that, but you know, what I also like is these little brown, these little grey buttons behind the right and left arrows. They make them a little bit more presentable. But you know, I think one of the keys to this is to, you know, spend time and get Vineeth to help working out this bottom slider part. Once that's done, it shouldn't be too hard to move these to the right, and it shouldn't be too hard to put either this arrow or preferably this type of box okay. Anything else I needed? No, it's just the thumbnails as well. Okay, if we can't get the bottom thing to work at all, then we will have to just move these up. Move these to the right and add the down arrow so as they appear here on the screen, not below the screen. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers.